So in today's video, we have the first versus video coming out of Godzilla vs. Kong. And in today's matchup, we're starting out with Skullcrawler versus Warbat. Now, in this matchup, I am still not sure about the measurements for many monsters, and especially the different Skullcrawlers. I know we saw one specific Skullcrawler, the one that got killed by Mechagodzilla. Some people are calling it Mega Skullcrawler, some people are calling it Skullcrawler Ultimate, different names for what it's called, and I'm still not sure exactly the measurements. So in this matchup, we're just going to say that the Skullcrawler and Warbat are the same size. We are going to go with these two creatures being the same size to make this an even playing field for who wins this fight. So in this matchup, the weapon Skullcrawler has coming into battle is the sharp teeth, the tail, the long tongue, and the tough skull head / armor for the Skullcrawler. And Warbat comes into this battle with sharp teeth and a tail as well. But the big difference between Warbat and Skullcrawler is the Warbat can fly, has the wings that not only give Warbat the ability of flight, but also give it a new attack strategy to use in battle that he did use against Kong. And as far as the feats go for the Skullcrawler, Skullcrawlers are known for killing the Kong family. Skullcrawlers have a long history. There's very small ones, bigger ones, the famous big one in Kong Skull Island, and then the very big one in Godzilla vs. Kong. They range in various different sizes, which is why I just made them the same size in this battle. In specific, a Skullcrawler that was right around the same size as Kong was able to put up a major fight with Kong and essentially bring him down. He throws him against the boat with the chains and then is going in for the kill. Still don't know what would have happened there at the end, but essentially you could argue that the Skullcrawler did beat Kong in that battle. And then Warbat's feats, you see two Warbats in Hollow Earth fighting Kong. Kong is able to kill one of them, but then the second one's able to wrap up Kong with his tail and then put the wing over his face to almost suffocate him or do some other kind of attack strategy. Not exactly sure, but Warbat was definitely winning that, and the humans had to help. Very similarly to Kong needing help from the Skullcrawler in Kong Skull Island. So both of these creatures arguably beat Kong at different sizes, so that is worth noting that it was a much more powerful Kong that Warbat was fighting, but Warbat was also bigger. So I feel it's even. They both beat Kong, and then humans had to step in to stop them from actually finishing off Kong. As far as breaking this down, I feel size goes in the middle because I said at the beginning. Size goes in the middle because I already said at the beginning that these two are going to be at the same size to make this battle even, and we don't know exactly the right sizes for these different creatures. I'd say speed and agility does go to Warbat because of flight. I was about to put this in the middle because Skullcrawlers are very fast, but Warbat can fly through the air, and that alone gives Warbat so many options and so much more agility in battle that I have to give speed and agility to Warbat. Now, durability I give to Skullcrawler because from what we've seen from the movies, Skullcrawler was able to take a lot of damage, able to take a tree, many punches, getting thrown around, getting slammed against a rock, getting the propeller hit against the chin, getting so much abuse and gunfire all during that battle. But Warbat does take some rockets. One of the Warbats takes basically one or two swings against the ground and is dead, and you already see the blood flying out of it, and then Kong is able to hit it 2 or 3 times on the ground. Very powerful hits, but those hits, the Skullcrawler, I feel, would have survived. So durability does go to Skullcrawler. And feats, I'd put in the middle because, as I mentioned, they both had similar encounters to Kong, and both were about to kill him, and then they both had humans step in to stop it. So I feel feats would go in the middle, and I feel weapons would go in the middle, because I don't think either of these creatures have a super deadly weapon. They're very similar, and I don't think, though, either one of them has a super deadly weapon, at least from what we've seen in the movies. So after all of that, I do think the size will be in the middle, speed and agility goes to Warbat, durability does go to Skullcrawler, and feats and weapons go in the middle. So if these two were lined up, I think this would be a very, very cool matchup, especially if they were the same size. This would be very close. I think that Warbat has a major advantage with flight. They both have the sharp teeth. Neither of them have a super deadly weapon, but I do think Warbat has a better, longer tail. I feel that Skullcrawler has that tail, but I think that the way Warbat uses it is way more effective, is way more like a snake, because Skullcrawler does use the tail to wrap around Kong, but not in the way that Warbat does. I think that Warbat, depending on what his final attack strategy is with covering the wing, I think that Warbat would be very difficult to deal with. I think Warbat would go in, would be able to fly around, and in the sense it's a 1v1 battle, would go in there, try to wrap up Skullcrawler, and maybe try to suffocate him with that wing. Not exactly sure. Skullcrawler would definitely not be easy to catch, But from what we've seen, since Warbat, I think, does have the speed and agility with flying, I do think that if these two were lined up, that attack strategy would work, and I think it's more effective than the one that Skullcrawler uses. So in the end, I think I would edge this battle out to Warbat because of the speed and agility, the very deadly tail, and the Cobra-like appearance. With the attack strategy of the wings, I would give this win to Warbat in the end. But make sure you let me know down below who you think will win in this matchup, and which matchup I should do next. I'm definitely going to include Mechagodzilla in this next matchup. If you're still watching this video, make sure you let me know down below who you want to see Mechagodzilla go up against. It's either King Ghidorah, Mega Kaiju, any of those monsters. I already have some of those semi-planned, but make sure you let me know down below, and thanks for watching.